Good afternoon, everyone. My pleasure to share with you some of the opportunities we have to study music with us at Celia Cruz High School. I'm David West. I direct the orchestra program at Celia Cruz High School, and I'll be introducing you to two of my students, Serenity, a ninth grade cellist, and Alex, a senior violinist about to move on to college. So to start us off today, I'm going to have Serenity tell you a little bit about musical life at Celia Cruz, what it's like being a musician and studying there, and the experiences she had this year. Serenity?
Okay, so when I came to Celia Cruz, it was very, fun, but like scary at the same time. But you're given many opportunities to further your skills as a musician, such as after school music activities or even help from organization outside of the school. You'll also be given 2 periods a day, 2 periods of music a day where you practice pieces you will perform. And if you want to, you may come to Mr. West's room where you could get a practice room and you could practice pieces that you want to perform or practice on your own.
Great. Thank you, Serenity. Alex is going to tell us a little bit about the academic offerings in the school. In addition to all we do in music, of course, we have a full academic program for high school, and I know a lot of students want to know about that. Alex?
Yeah, so at Celia Cruz, we offer a wide variety of AP classes and College Now classes. I know when I was there, I took AP Literature, AP English Language, AP US History, AP Microeconomics, and and I took one journalism course in Lehman College. And that course is now gonna give me credit for when I go to college in the fall. So it's a very wide selection of college classes, and curriculum makes it so you don't have to focus completely on music if it's not your main focus, but you still get a wide and robust education while you go to Celia Cruz, which is something that I really appreciate.
Great. Thank you so much, Alex. So I thought I would outline a little bit of what you get in the music program at Celia Cruz, since that's what everyone auditions to be in, and they will be in it all the years that they're in high school. So we have 5 different orchestras in the program. 3 of them are string orchestras, our overture orchestra, concert orchestra, and chamber orchestra. And you get into those different groups by audition based on your playing, your experience playing, and you show where you're at, and then you're placed. And they kind of go beginner, intermediate, advanced. Are those 3 different levels. Once you get to the intermediate and the advanced level, the concert and the chamber orchestra, 2 days a week, you also will be placed in a full orchestra. And that's like a full symphony sound with the wind, brass, and percussion added to the string section. And that way you can do some of the masterworks written for orchestra, the big symphonies, the movie music. Most full, rich, robust compositions for orchestra are for a full orchestra. And so it gives you that experience with all those sounds. For performances, every orchestra in the program does a minimum of 2 performances a year, 2 public performances, a spring and a winter concert that we invite all of our friends, family, and school community to. In addition to those, every student in the school does 2 judged performances for NYSSMA, once as a soloist, them playing alone, something that they worked on, and once as an ensemble with their orchestra. And they perform to get feedback on what they should work on and continue to pay attention to as they grow as a musician. And they do that every year as a soloist and as a group. And then once you get to the advanced levels, you do a lot of additional performances around the city, at Juilliard, at Manhattan School of Music, at Six Flags. There's lots of opportunities as you kind of climb up and experience the higher levels of music making. We're called on all over the city and the region to perform. I mentioned very quietly Six Flags, which falls under another category when we travel to perform. And I'm actually going to let Alex cover that because he's graduating this year with a number of school trips under his belt, and he's been a lot of places, and he has a lot to share about it. Alex, do you mind sharing?
One of my favorite things about going to Celia Cruz these past 4 years has been the opportunity to travel with your friends to different places. Now, my favorite trips were the ones where we went to Costa Rica as a chamber orchestra, and we went to Disney with the full orchestra, and we also went to New Orleans, Louisiana. That's only a few. We go to Six Flags every semester, and there are numerous opportunities to perform around the city. And my favorite part is performing because you get to see a new place and you get to experience, a new country with your friends, but you also get to perform with the locals. And in Costa Rica, we actually got to perform at this really nice church, and the locals sang along to some of the songs they were playing, and it was a really beautiful experience. And it's one that I cherish because I have experience around the world touring, which is something that I might do later on. And to get that in high school is a really unique thing. So, for it to be so often is also unique for a high school orchestra. So I think that's a really good program at Celia Cruz.
Great, thank you. Serenity, you came in ninth grade this year as a freshman, and we all know starting a new school at any age can be nerve-wracking. I wonder if you want to talk a little bit about the social scene and adapting to high school.
Yeah, so when entering high school, it's very scary, mostly because like you don't know anybody and everyone around you is probably older than you. However, as time goes by, you become more and more comfortable with the people around you, and you'll find many people who are there to help you, not only music-wise, but also academically. And eventually you'll make many friends, and eventually you'll make many friends who are not only in your grade level, but also in higher levels than you. Also, there is many teachers who are always there to help you and listen to you to when you need somebody to talk to.
Great. And just to put a little bit of my own kind of passion for what we do at the school and in New York City. I think New York City is one of the greatest cities in the world, and the Bronx, one of its best boroughs. It's got so much life and vitality. And I really appreciate offering New York City. What does New York City have to offer you as a student? How can you take advantage of all the things going on here? Some of the best players in the world, some of the best organizations in the world, or Carnegie Hall, New York Philharmonic, they're all here. So how can I, as a teacher, connect students to opportunities and resources that exist simply because you're in New York City? That's something I'm really passionate about, and I've had a lot of success with connecting Celia Cruz students with great teachers and great things beyond the high school day as well. So I take great pride in that. Alex, if you want to share a little bit about life after school, I know you're going on to college next year.
Yeah, I am really fortunate to have attended Celia Cruz because I came in and I hadn't played the violin before. I started in Celia Cruz, and over my 4 years, I took private lessons for all 4 years. The first year was with a program at school called Midori and Friends, and the next 3 years were at the Bloomingdale School of Music, which is a downtown program. And all of these programs were introduced to me by Mr. West, and I really got to advance my playing. Private lessons are probably the best way that you can get further ahead and push yourself as a musician, as long as you're very passionate about what you're doing. And so I found it really helpful to be able to go somewhere and play every week for a teacher and do chamber groups and orchestras outside of school. And with all of the help from Mr. West and mentors I've met throughout the school, I've met number of amazing violinists that have helped me prepare for my college auditions. And because of that, I applied to like 20 colleges. I auditioned for many of them, and I got into a few really prestigious schools. And I will be attending NYU on a full tuition scholarship because of the help of the people around me. And so I'm really fortunate for, the Celia Cruz music program and just being able to be connected in the city. Um, I think it's a really valuable experience, and it's also really unique that something at Celia Cruz. So I really appreciate it.
Great. We really hope you've enjoyed all of the opportunities that exist, hearing about all the opportunities that exist at Celia Cruz. We thought we would end things with a little bit of a musical offering. And since that's what we do, both students have agreed to share something with you. So Alex, you look ready to go. Do you mind doing some of your Cacciatorian? I'll let you introduce it. Alex, take it away.
Yeah, so this is a short piece, a short excerpt from the Cacciatorian Violin Concerto. Um,
All right, bravo, very nice. Serenity, I'll let you introduce your piece. Go ahead, Serenity on the cello.
Okay. I'm going to play Humorous by Dvorak.
Bravo to both of you. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. For anyone checking in and watching, if you have any further questions, feel free to email me at dwest3@schools.nyc.gov. Again, you can email me at dwest3, the number 3, @schools.nyc.gov. Thank you so much, and we look forward to hearing from you. Take care.